The German state continues to show that it's learned so much from its history by equating direct action groups with terrorists, as the Ulm Five went on trial in Stuttgart, for a couple of minutes anyway. Then Friedrich Merz located his backbone against Donald Trump, who took the criticism on board with his customary grace, plus more healthcare reforms, and some millionaires have put a whale in a swimming pool in the sea. There she blows!
In Berlin's heart, where news is unveiled, Megan and Conrad with German tales. The German news, it's tough to bear, but with Megacans, they're ready to head. Conrad, daily news at hand. Megan feels to spare time to crack those cans. With each sip she takes, the mag is her shield. But will it last the news? 'Cause that was the deal.
Hello everyone, it's time for another episode of Megan's Megacan. I'm Megan, I'm here in beautiful sunny Berlin with beautiful sunny Conrad Werner. Hello Conrad.
Hello.
How are you?
Good, yeah. Not bad, yeah. A lot to do.
Yeah.
Lot to get through. Glad it's a long weekend coming up.
It is a long weekend.
And, although I'll probably spend some of it editing this.
Oh, you can't work on Workers' Day.
No, I suppose I'm betraying
Yeah, I
the
think I
workers'
did that
movement
once.
worldwide.
And I really regretted it. So just go out and find like a protest or a party or something.
Yes. Anything else to talk
I don't
about?
think so.
Should we just move straight on?
Let's
to
just
the
get into it. We're not even drinking today,
No.
but we're going to have some delicious alcohol-free beer. And
Yes.
you've given me the fancy one, which is the Lamsbräu.
Yeah, the organic beer.
It's basically, it looks so healthy. I'm going to, let me open these
Okay.
for you.
I'm having the Beck's alcohol-free blue.
I like a Beck's. I think
it's
the
all right,
alcohol-free
actually.
one is fine as well.
Yeah, I don't know.
Cheers.
It's an unfairly denigrated beer.
Yeah, it's like a North Germany thing as well.
Yeah. Cheers.
That's really nice.
Yeah, that's okay. This.
Zukunft anstoßen. Cheers the future. Drink to the future.
I think people don't like Beck's because they think of it as sort of the corporate beer.
Yeah.
It's like the Coca-Cola of beers. Or something, and they feel like it's
Maybe it is weird how you can get it outside of Germany
it's the one beer that you can kind of get everywhere in the world, I suppose.
Anyway, oh god, right.
So news.
The news.
Yes, loads of news to talk about. Where should we start? What do you want the depressing news first?
Yeah, let's start with the depressing news because it's pretty bad.
Okay. I'm actually not quite sure which depressing news you mean, but I'm going to talk about the Ulm 5
That's the one.
trial, which began on Monday, although it didn't really begin.
Should we remind people who the Ulm 5 are?
So there are 5 activists who filmed themselves breaking into Elbit Systems in Ulm. Mm-hmm. Ulm is in Baden-Württemberg, southern Germany. Elbit Systems is an Israeli arms manufacturer, amongst other things. It also makes like telecom communications equipment.
Is it Israeli or is it Germany supplying? It's
Israeli. It's an Israeli company, but this was in Germany.
Yeah.
So they have subsidiary offices all over the world, or branches all over the world. They also supply weapons and equipment to other countries, including Germany, which it will become relevant later on when I explain. So they filmed. So these 5 activists broke in.
Yeah.
There's a video going around on social media where you can see them chanting anti-Israeli type slogans, amongst other things. They spray paint the word baby killers on the wall. They chant things. They are citizenships, UK, Irish, German and Spanish.
Okay.
They were arrested on September 8th. What they did was they actually, so as I understand it, the security guards came and called the police.
Yeah.
And they waited there. So they were arrested on site. They did not hide their identity, did not hide their faces. They wanted to, take responsibility for their actions. They didn't run away or anything. They gave themselves up to arrest, and they have been in detention since then. And that is unusual in the sense that for a case like this, you're supposed to only have the pre-trial detention standard is 6 months. In this case, they've now been in prison for over 7 months, nearly 8 now. That is, of course...
For vandalism.
Well, yes. Yes. Effectively, yes. They've been charged with 4 different counts. One of them is membership of a criminal organization, trespassing, destruction of property, and the use of symbols of terrorist organizations.
Christ. Okay, here we go.
The prosecution said that they used slogans that were also used by Hamas. Those are the charges. And this thing with the membership of a criminal organization, this comes under the notorious Section 129 of the German Criminal Code.
Oh, another paragraph for me to hate.
Right, so it's not in itself a bad section. What it is, it says it forbids the formation and membership of criminal organizations. But what is a criminal organization? Some people would say that a criminal organization, it would be something like the mafia or something.
Yeah, but the formation is because obviously the right to assemble and form groups and everything is one of our very core democratic rights. And this is entirely up to and interpretation.
Various human rights organizations have criticized Germany before and now for using Section 129 to prosecute protest, what are effective direct action protest groups. It was used also against the Letzte Generation, the climate group.
Yeah.
And this is also what was used to justify putting them into pre-trial detention. This one in Germany, it's called Untersuchungshaft, which means that they can, obviously...
If they suspect you of being in a criminal organization, they can take you in until they prove
the court,
guilty until proven...
Yeah, that is decided by the courts, not the prosecutors. So the court decides, okay, you are in a criminal organization, therefore we can put you in pre-trial detention.
Okay.
And not only that, they can, of course, if they decide that the prosecution needs extra time to organize its case, they can extend that detention beyond 6 months, which they have done. So the trial eventually started. Maybe I should go back a bit. There were various press conferences that were given by loved ones and relatives of the 5 defendants leading up to this, in which they talked about how restrictive this detention has been. Now, I don't really know to what extent this is just what it's like to be in prison.
Yeah.
or if they're being particularly harshly treated. It doesn't seem that clear to me, but they are being kept in separate prisons, and it does seem like they are being treated unfairly in certain ways. Like, for example, visiting rights have been quite restrictive. All their visits have to be supervised. Apparently, when you're in this pre-trial detention, it's actually more restrictive than when you're just in prison after being convicted, because I guess the anything that you say could be used as evidence and stuff like that. So there's a sort of unless you're talking to your lawyers, and which has to be confidential. But when you meet your friends and family, that is under surveillance. And some of these defendants don't speak German that much, which means
must be terrifying.
Yeah.
Like, yes, maybe you have this, like, and I didn't know that the sort of average or normal, like, this basically detention before your trial is about 6 months, and that is not great. But it also, like, context is very decisive. And if you are imprisoned under suspect of being in a terrorist organization because you have
a criminal organization, not a terrorist organization.
Criminal organization.
They used terrorist symbols. According to the prosecution.
It's hard to get all of these trumped up nonsense charges straight in my head, because the signifier does not have any relationship to the signified facts of the case. So if I am involved in, what we've seen in the past few years, roaming through the streets and beating up immigrants that's a different crime. And this is just always what happens. They want to talk about extremists on both ends of the political spectrum, and it's just not the same, because it's Nazis and people who want to kill people and be violent, with a few exceptions. There was that case where someone beat up a Nazi.
And there's some case in I think in Budapest. There's something going on with that. Anyway, don't want to get into that.
Those are notable because the rest of it is all just like, oh, you destroyed property, or you glued yourself to a road and did traffic violations. And
so that's what Amnesty International says, which has said on this case quote, "From a human rights perspective, it is deeply troubling that such a prolonged and intrusive period of pretrial detention has been ordered and maintained in connection with allegations of property damage and trespassing."
Yeah.
Yeah, we should say that none of the defendants have had any previous convictions.
No.
So anyway, the trial began on Monday.
Right.
Big protests outside, as you can imagine.
They were busing people down, I think, weren't they, from Berlin to support?
There was a kind of an emotional. The defendants hadn't seen each other since their arrest, so there was kind of an emotional scene when they all were brought together in the court, and they'd all been in separate prisons. And then the defense, then they were put behind this sort of glass wall, and they were put on trial in a special courtroom called Stammheim, which is near the Stammheim prison, which is a high security prison, and it's famous in Germany because that's where the Red Army faction members were imprisoned and put on trial in the 70s. And a lot of people are saying that in this case, they're obviously trying to suggest that these people are terrorists by putting them,
of course they are,
creating this show with putting them behind a glass wall. And the lawyers were not allowed to speak directly to the defendants.
Is that normal?
No.
No.
No, that's not normal. And not only that, and so the lawyers refused to sit down to allow the proceedings to begin. At which point the judge, they said, we have to be able to communicate with we have to, not only that, we have to be able to communicate confidentially with our clients, because that is, lawyer-client confidentiality, that is in German law. And the judge said, no, you have to sit there. And if you want to talk to them, you have this special button. And they said, well, the button isn't working. So if we want to communicate them, everyone in the court can hear. So it's not confidential. The judge wouldn't listen.
Fucking Christ.
So they wouldn't sit down. The judge adjourned for a few minutes and then adjourned for what ended up being 2 hours. There was, I spoke to one of the defense lawyers, there was no communication with the judge. They said, can we discuss this? Can we come to some kind of compromise? Apparently, according to the defense, that nothing was offered. So when they came back in, 2 hours later, the defense lawyers tried to sit behind the glass
with their clients. The
judge said, no, you can't sit there. Go back to your seats. And then they said, no, we're not going back to our seats. And then the whole day was adjourned. So the trial technically hasn't even begun yet. And according to the defense, no, it's not actually clear if there will be a compromise on this issue at the moment. The next 2 trial dates have already been cancelled. They were supposed to start next week. Now the next trial date is set for May the 11th, a week on Monday.
Oh my God, these poor people.
And I don't know. So it's not clear what's going to happen from that point of view.
They broke in somewhere and did some graffiti.
Yeah. Well, the prosecutors say they are members of a criminal organisation. Now, but which criminal organisation is the point? The prosecutors say they're members of a criminal organisation called Palestine Action Germany. They said that several other courts have decided that Palestine Action Germany constitutes a criminal organisation because they were set up to commit crimes. But the defence says that we don't think that this group actually exists. There is such a group. Now, there is an Instagram page, which is called Palestine Action Germany, but it's which says that it's a network. But as far as I understand, the defendants don't necessarily define themselves as part of any kind of particular organisation or group at all, and criminal or otherwise. But yeah,
even the calling Palestine Action illegal thing is mega controversial, and Keir Starmer totally fucked this up.
Yeah.
And set precedent for this because they were
yeah,
because
it's not
no one can be normal about this. No one. This is what the fuck are we doing? I
think the German judiciary is using that.
Yeah.
Is using the British definition to try and suggest that is a criminal organisation because the UK has defined it as a criminal organisation.
And so they've got Keir Starmer,
and
an Instagram page.
Yeah.
Right.
But they don't have any...
and some graffiti.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
And that's why they've been in prison for 8 months, nearly. Yeah. So...
And has they got anything else? Are there any... This is terrifying.
Yeah.
This is terrifying.
Yeah. No, I mean, and I think it's. I mean, there have been trials going on all the time for Letzte Generation activists who are also being prosecuted under the same paragraph for basically direct action protests like this.
Yeah, at what point does like civil disobedience become?
Well, yeah, it's a big. Yeah.
And it's like, what are we? Even if. I don't know, we're just determined in this country to be on the wrong side of history. Like, just determined.
I know.
Whilst also just screaming at the same time, never again. And you're like, what do you mean you're prosecuting the kids and the old hippies who are gluing themselves to a road because the planet's on fire?
Yeah.
And some kids who, I mean, it's probably a dumb idea to... Well, they fucking probably regret it now, God love them. But, like, this is... And fine, like, do whatever you need to do in the judicial process to actually prosecute them for trespassing and damage of property. But let's not... Like, this is... It's just, like, trumping up charges for political purposes.
Yeah, it does seem that way, yes. I would agree.
And they'll start with oh God, we've been here before.
So the defense lawyers, there's 11 defense lawyers, and they've their strategies are actually to argue that what they're doing, what they did, was an attempt to prevent a genocide happening.
Yeah.
By direct action, by destroying equipment that could be used in a genocide.
Did they go in and destroy equipment as well? Like, did they stop production, or was this...
Well, that's kind of an interesting question. So, according to certain German media reports citing Elbit Systems spokespeople,
okay,
all the equipment in that
let the record show we're doing balanced journalism.
All the equipment in the Elbit Systems Ulm is only like telecom communications to be sold to the German Bundeswehr. It's not going to be used in Israel at all.
Okay.
But the defense says that they have evidence that is not true, that they were making parts for tanks and drones that were being shipped back to Israel, so would be used in Gaza. They are going to present this evidence in the trial, and given that, several international organizations and a UN commission have said that what Israel is doing in Gaza is a genocide. Therefore, a direct action to prevent that happening and to prevent a company on German soil from taking part in that is a legitimate form of protest and a legitimate action. Yeah. So that's
fair play to them. That's an unbelievably brave strategy to take. Yeah. And maybe that's part of they want to have the conversation on that level, which I really admire. But I
think that's what they're going. I mean, that's really what they want to use the trial for. I would imagine. I mean, that's probably part of the whole strategy, and I hope you wish them luck.
I mean, dear God, how do we?
Yeah, I mean, this is something, the International Court of Justice is investigating Israel's conduct in Gaza and has been since 2023 on accusations of genocide. So they do have quite a lot of legal weight on their side, I think, with that question. So, so that's that. Yeah.
All right.
We'll keep you posted about what happens with the rest of that.
I just hope that they're probably really young as well. Hey,
I think they're sort of. I think they range from early 20s to late 30s in age.
Okay, all right.
They all live in Berlin too. They're all Berliners.
Yeah, fucking unsurprising.
Yeah,
gonna have to get. We have to go and do other Bundesländers moral duty for them.
Good. More news.
Why not? I'm really enjoying this beer. It's absolutely delicious. It's nice, exactly what I wanted, actually. A nice non-alcoholic beer at the end of the day.
Good. Yeah, so Friedrich Merz has been in the news.
Has he? What's he done? Something class?
In a way, yes.
Friedrich.
So Friedrich Merz has been uncharacteristically critical of the United States of America over their war in Iran. Saying at a discussion with high school students in the Sauerland, which is part of North Rhine-Westphalia, I think, in Marsberg, town of Marsberg, And during this discussion, he said the Americans clearly went into the war in Iran without any strategy whatsoever. And the problem is, if you get into a war, you also have to find a way to get out. And he is unconvinced that they have found a way out. And he's also like really worried about the effect that this war is having on the German economy, which apparently is really disastrous for the German economy because oil and stuff. I don't know. Yeah, apparently
it's bad
Germany's,
for all the economies.
It's bad for all the economies, but Germany is losing money hand over fist because of this war. And Donald Trump, as you can imagine, took this he took this criticism on board in a very reasonable way.
Yeah.
And
had a reasonable and professional response.
Yeah. He wrote on Truth Social, "The Chancellor of Germany should spend more time on ending the war with Russia-Ukraine, where he has been totally ineffective, and fixing his broken country, especially immigration and energy, and less time on interfering with those that are getting rid of the Iran nuclear threat, thereby making the world, including Germany, a safer place."
I mean, it's a rare situation where I agree with 100% of what Friedrich Merz has said, and to be honest, about 50% of what Trump has said.
So,
not really with the Trump thing, but like more so than I usually do. Okay.
And you know what else he's done? He has threatened to withdraw all of the American troops from Germany, which he has done before. He did that back in 2018 in his first term.
Okay.
Because there's like, fine.
I don't know.
Like, what difference would it? Like, you know, but
it's probably keeping the economy of some towns going.
Oh yeah, well, I have been to one of those towns. I've been to Grafenwöhr.
Grafenwöhr?
Yeah,
that sounds like made it up.
No, it's a place in northern Bavaria, very close to the Czech border, and obviously it was. It's a huge military exercise ground and US base. And I mean, like really big, like big enough so you can do a fake tank battle on it, which they do. And
I mean, I am anti-militarization, but fucking hell, do I want to do a fake tank battle? That sounds class. So anyway, we're getting off point.
Well,
but Friedrich Merz, he was in front of high school students. This is really interesting.
Yeah.
Because when you're in front of teenagers, I think sometimes
you can get what happens.
You sort of, I think people get into this sort of idea of like, you want to seem like a little bit, you know, teenagers are quite off-putting. Like they're a tough crowd to win over. And so sometimes you end up saying, you know, things that maybe are a bit more edgy or whatever.
Do you think he was just trying to look cool?
Probably a little bit, yeah. And like you're met with a whole load of, I mean, I don't know what the teenagers in Sauerland are like, but like most teenagers are more.
So he was there because it was Europatag, and this was an Europaschule.
Oh, that's nice.
And he's from
How
that
did they
area.
Get Friedrich Merz?
Well, apparently Merz is from the Sauerland, so it's like nearby from where he grew up.
God, I wonder if they're taking requests. They'd eat him alive in our school.
I've got an article here where they quoted some of the students, Sophie Stark, who were like really excited and about observing that the fact that this one soundbite from Merz, he also called America a humiliated nation.
Oh.
And they were just interested in, you know.
I mean, how exciting for the students to have witnessed that, and it's now like going all over the world, all the news, and you're like reading Trump's nonsense social things. Oh, that's nice for them. That's a fun week for them.
Oh yeah, that's like when, you know, a dog gets stuck in the playground or something.
Oh, that's also good. That's right up there when Mr. Burns used to bring his dog into school for us some days. Oh my God, lady. Yeah, that's good.
Anastasia Hoffmann, another school student there, she said, especially after this discussion where Merz said that, after which Merz said that we should also get more engaged in politics, I assume he means, but I have also thought about doing something like that.
Oh, that's nice. Don't vote for him though, please, Anastasia.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. So, do you want to hear more stories about Graf and Wöhr?
Yeah.
Because it is quite interesting. Because the thing is, I think...
Is this... Sorry, you're painting a picture of what we stand to lose if Friedrich Merz pisses Donald Trump off.
Yeah.
Okay, tell us that, and then...
Well, I think that Trump thinks that having all these soldiers here is somehow really good for Germany and not good for America. Like, he's doing us a favor.
Americans always think we want them around, and we rarely do.
But I think that what his military people are probably going to telling him right now is that actually these bases are really important for all of America's operations. I mean, Ramstein was huge in the Iraq War.
Yeah,
they were like steering drones and doing all that extrajudicial killings through Ramstein base, and they wouldn't have been able to do it directly from America, and because of and they kind of need all that
Why
stuff.
did we invent all these things?
Yeah. And they're like, and also these bases, they're really like little American towns.
Yeah.
If you go to them, it's like being on a film set. It's like being in the Truman Show or something.
Yes, and you can go to the shop and get all of your American goods.
Yeah.
You never have to go to a German supermarket. Those lucky bastards.
Yeah, and they all go to their own schools. Like the kids of the families, they all go to the American schools and these bases, and it's like the whole communities that are there. But well, we'll see. Maybe Trump is gonna,
get rid of them all. Did Merz have to do a wee bit of?
Yeah. So Merz then obviously, as is his wont, then backtracked a little bit a couple of days later and said, well, of course we need a strong
teenagers
alliance.
made me do it. Yeah. They were all like glowering at me and muttering under their breath.
Yeah. And and he said I just wanted to fit in. And yeah, so he said, of course we need a strong relationship with America, blah blah blah, and all that kind of. He does that a lot though. He has the thing where he says something. He did this last week with the pensions. Do you remember when he said? Okay.
No. Did you tell me? No.
So he said last week, the beginning of the week, he said, in future, we're going to have to think about pensions as just being like a basic Grundsicherung was the word. Like it's just going to keep your basic needs covered, and you can't really expect anything else from a pension. And of course, this caused in Germany where this caused a massive ruckus, and they said, "What are you going to cut all our pensions now and make us all poor?" And then a few days later, he kind of backtracked and said, "No, that's not what I meant." And of course, we want to keep solidarity. And
he just runs his mouth, doesn't
he? Does, yeah.
And of course, he says something like that because he's got BlackRock money. He's got all the dirty, he's so rich. Of course, he's like, "Oh, my pension will just be to keep me in fucking."
Yeah.
Loafers or something. I don't know what he puts on his feet. I don't want to think about Friedrich Merz's feet.
Okay. Well, we'll move swiftly on.
All right. We're on to our...
Oh, I do have another little bit of news, which is, when we were talking about healthcare reforms. Do you want to hear more about that? Because that is...
Oh, yeah, I do actually, because they've all been kicking off, haven't they? The coalition, back and forth, back and forth.
Yeah, so it's the both sides of the coalition, the CDU and the SPD, are very keen to say that they're not fighting and arguing all the time. Apparently, there's rumors.
This is what your parents say before they get a divorce.
Yeah,
and collapse the whole country again.
So there are rumors that Friedrich Merz raised his voice to Lars Klingbeil, the finance minister, in a cabinet meeting recently. They have, Lars Klingbeil has said that he was shouted at during a cabinet meeting, but he wouldn't say by who.
Couldn't possibly say by who. Oh, fucking hell, guys, just.
So yeah, but because the SPD is obviously always. Is like tanking in the opinion polls, and everyone's saying they're not left wing enough. And when it's kind of hard to be left wing when you're in an alliance with the CDU, and they had to sign off on these healthcare reforms, which we talked about a couple of weeks ago. But now they've actually come up with an actual draft law. Before it was just, you remember, there was just a commission of experts, and now they've come up with an actual draft law. And yeah, the sugar tax is probably going to come in 2028, Then we mentioned prescription drugs, probably going to be more expensive. So, you're going to have to contribute more of your own money to prescription drugs. What was else? Oh, yeah, homeopathy will no longer be covered. Cannabis.
That's big news. International people who are listening to this would be like, I'm sorry, what did you... He said homeopathy.
Yeah.
The little sugar balls of nonsense.
Yeah.
Which you can get on German public health insurance.
Yeah.
State health insurance.
Yeah. That will no longer be covered by health insurance, apparently.
That's brilliant.
Yeah, and also cannabis flowers, but not cannabis medication, extracts, but cannabis flowers, because there's no proof that cannabis, they call them Blüten. I suppose those are flowers, right? The blooms of the cannabis.
Or is it like the buds?
Oh, no, buds? No. Blüten isn't buds. I don't know. Anyway, they will also not be covered. So, medicinal cannabis will still be covered, I believe.
Okay.
Stuff like that. I don't want to go through the whole thing.
I'm so happy homeopathy is off. The rage, because there's so much stuff that isn't covered.
A lot of groups have been very unhappy with this. Basically, the various organizations, German Medical Association, the sort of welfare state organizations, the VDK, I can't know.
So all German the people that actually should have a stake in this.
German Foundation for Patient Protection, they've all said that this isn't really a reform. What it is an austerity program. They're basically just trying to save as much money as possible.
That is what it sounds like, isn't it? Because there's no other things that they're saying, but we're putting the homeopathy money into this.
No. They did say that the sugar tax money would be kept in a separate pot and not just folded into the federal budget, but would be kept in a separate pot. To be used for
what are we replacing sugar with?
Prevention of illnesses. So like it would somehow stay in the healthcare system would be the point, as not be just put in the thing.
All right.
In the federal budget. But that's that.
Okay.
That's healthcare.
But has it gone through now?
Well, it's passed through the cabinet, so the cabinet have agreed it, and now it has to go through into the Bundestag to be actually voted into law. But that would presumably happen this year sometime. Yeah. And finally,
oh God,
Val Timmy.
And this is actually in our good news, because I realise that when I talk about this story, I sound horrible and it's very upsetting to people. I've already upset people in work.
Have you? Have you had feedback?
They're like, Timmy the whale, which we know is this buckelwal, what's a humpback whale, who's been stranding himself continuously on the north of Germany for a month now. But I did just read, apparently they only survive strandings for a couple of days or something. Timmy, to be fair to him, he's got something to live for. We don't know what.
Right.
But now...
Yeah, he's been there for several weeks now.
Yeah.
And he got stuck in very shallow water. He didn't actually get stuck on the beach, but it was like a water of 1.5 meters or something, wasn't it? It was sort of very shallow. Yeah,
and
he couldn't swim.
Yeah.
Now they've got him in a barge. They've got him in a little swimming pool.
A private...
He's got his own...
Sort of funded,
Yeah.
I'm just imagining Thunderbirds or something.
Why, do you want to see a picture?
Yeah, I saw little pictures and everyone's like, oh, he's happy, he's singing. I was like, yeah, but we don't know what he's saying, is he? He's probably like, I've been trying to take my own life for weeks. Just leave me alone.
Let me die.
No, maybe not. And this is what I said, fine. It's a whale. If people feel cheered in these horrific times by Timmy the whale getting into a barge and being driven around Denmark to be plopped into the big sea.
Yes. So
I'm not going to take that away from people. But I also would like to know how many of those people have been going on and on about Timmy the whale while stuffing themselves with bratwurst made with factory farming in disgusting conditions.
Yeah.
But again, this is not an individual problem. This is a systemic problem.
Yes. You can't blame people for...
we can't blame people for getting attached to a whale. That bird is back.
Oh, I've got... Yeah.
He's a good one.
It's a crow. So I put some water out there.
Oh yeah,
And
coming
the
for a
crows
wee
have,
drink.
and the crows have discovered it. And you know what they do? Well, they drink it, but they also soften their food in it. So they get like little
God,
bits
they're really fucking smart crows, isn't it?
Yeah, so they bring this bits of bread and chips. I saw one today with 3 chips. He had 3 chips in his beak.
I want chips.
And he put them in the water just to soften it up. And then every evening I have to clear out this sort of gunk of mashed up bread and chips.
If you would prefer Conrad and I just to do like a wildlife kind of a thing, we could talk about Timmy the whale continually.
I could put a live stream of the crow.
Yeah, let's just do that. I don't think the news is going to get any better for a little while.
No.
And maybe it's time to pivot.
It's
really nice
watching.
thinking about the birds.
Yeah.
Learning about crows.
Yeah.
I'm going to put some water out for my crow friend. Well, he's actually my nemesis, but I'm going to try and befriend him.
Yeah. Good.
Is that it?
That's it, yeah. I don't have any more.
Well, good luck to Timmy.
Yeah.
And all those who travel with him. May you all find what you so desperately are looking for. And happy Workers' Day. I hope, people get to go and enjoy it in whatever way they celebrate.
Yes.
I'm going to Prague.
Be interesting to see what happens tomorrow.
Yeah.
I've already heard the helicopters flying around today.
Yeah, it's the sound of my childhood. I always quite enjoy it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah.
All right.
Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Maggot can. German news in English with a cocktail can. The German news, it's quite a test. With Megan's Mega, you're feeling refreshed. Ooh. Maggot can. German news in English with a cocktail can. Deutsche Nachrichten sind düster und schwer. Down the Mega.
Defy the fear.
Yeah.
It's actually it's quite a positive message to give to people.
So.
I like to think that we have quite a positive impact on our listeners.
I hope so.
Because we try and get them to defy the fear of listening to the news all day.
I mean, it's better than reading a German newspaper. Surely.
I would definitely recommend listening to our podcast more than reading any German newspaper.
German newspapers barely have pictures.
No.
Like fucking, it's just a brick of text.
Oh yeah, and they seem to make a virtue of it. They think it's like so great to have no text.
Not like you Americans
pictures.
with your fucking
Colour pictures.
decadent pictures in your newspapers.
Yeah,
What's that? A crossword puzzle? Oh, no wonder you had Trump. Jesus Christ, everyone! Like, there's a middle ground.
You have to concentrate on the news. It's very important, and you have to keep it there.
Just have a mega.
Have a mega. Give us a picture every now and then.
Just a wee picture, maybe of,
yeah.
a diagram.